Something I've noticed about NASCAR fans within the past half a decade or so is that everyone expecting every race to be a 10 out of 10, and it's probably one of the most annoying things about the fan base. Not everyone is like this, but a good portion of them are. People come into these races with high expectations, and yes, we all hope that these races end up being good. After all, we are sitting in front of our TVs for about 3 hours, so we hope that we aren't wasting our time watching a snooze fest. But with auto racing, you're gonna have boring races. You're gonna have great races, you're gonna have average races. It's just part of watching auto racing. If you've been watching racing for years, then you should know this. But if you're new to this, I need to tell you right now that not every race is gonna be thrilling, exciting, a barn burner. It's not gonna happen all the time. It's always been like this. When a race doesn't end up being great, a lot of fans find it hard to grasp, and instead of just saying, hey, you're gonna have those sometimes, these fans will proceed to start saying things like how this track needs to lose a date, NASCAR needs to change the aero package, blah blah blah. And don't get me wrong, these things could be necessary, and I'll explain why in a minute, but the knee-jerk reactions need to stop. Fans are shown to be wishy-washy as well. Going into Road America for the 2022 race, it was a report that came out saying that Road America could end up off the Cup schedule for the 2023 season, and when this report came out, fans lost it. A street course has been talked about, and if Road America gets taken off the Cup schedule, the street course will replace it. Just about everyone was against this, and then Road America took place a few weeks later. The two leaders pulled away by 20 seconds over third. The race went caution free, and the reception this race got was very negative. And yeah, it was a 5 out of 10 race. It wasn't the best, but I seen people saying that it needs to be off the Cup schedule all of a sudden, and this right here is going too far. There doesn't need to be a debate about whether a track gets to keep a date after a bad race. Now, if it's a track that's constantly putting on bad racing, like Texas for example, then yeah. And even then, before you get rid of a track, NASCAR should attempt to change the cars to make the racing better. Once again, if the racing is consistently bad. The only thing I can say to people is lower your expectations going into these races. You're gonna have races that aren't as memorable. Even tracks like Daytona and Talladega have had bad races. Plenty of them, and these tracks are quote unquote can't miss races. Remember the 2013 Daytona 500 where everyone ran the top all day long? Remember the 2018 Fall Talladega race where 4 cars broke away from the pack? Even these tracks are gonna have consistently good racing. You're watching professional auto racing, you're not watching a demolition derby. If you can't accept that you're gonna have mediocre and bad races, then auto racing isn't for you. And then another thing that people need to realize is that you're gonna have dull moments in the race. People actually tune in and they be expecting constant action lap after lap after lap, and it's not gonna happen. I can't stand when I go on Twitter and Reddit and we're only 25 laps into the race and I see comments like, man, the leader hasn't been passed yet, or man, we haven't seen that many battles throughout the field. Like, we're only 25 laps into the race. Can y'all chill? Then, how the way people judge races nowadays is so dumb. They judge races off of intervals and how many cars are on lead lap. If the field is really spread out and it's only like 10 cars on lead lap, they will be so quick to call the race a snooze fest. Was this year's Xfinity Charlotte race a snooze fest where you had Justin Allgaier and Josh Berry battle just about all race long? Yeah, they had like 18 seconds over third, but that doesn't mean a damn thing. Also, the racing from third on back was thrilling too. You had guys slipping and sliding, pulling slide jobs. It was a good ass race. But no, let's judge races off of intervals and the amount of cars that's on lead lap. You're insane if this is how you judge races. I don't know what else to say. I just get tired of the overreaction when a race isn't good. Just quit expecting so much going into these races. That's my thoughts on this topic. I want to hear from you guys. Do you feel like people expect too much out of races nowadays? Let me know in the comments. That'll be all for me. Y'all end up having a good one. I'm gonna roll up out of here. Peace.